Greetings everyone and welcome back to Aontri NewsStand. I hope you're doing very well today. Might not be the best time ever for a lot of us in the world, and it's definitely not going to be the case for a particular CEO and particular, I'm not going to say employee, probably a higher up from Disney who created his own streaming service, Jeffrey Katzenberg, back in, was it April of this year? This little streaming service that you probably didn't even know existed is called Quibi. And nothing really much to write home about. But it's interesting to note that only 6 months after Quibi was founded, Quibi is actually going to be shut down by the end of the year. I believe it's going to be December the 1st. Alright, so for those of you probably wondering, it's just out of the blue, I'm just talking about this Quibi service. And it's actually quite interesting to note, not a lot of people know about the service. It's also quite interesting because the company behind Quibi spent $1 billion or so, or multiple billions of dollars to market the thing. And it was still a dunce of basically a service. So we're going to take a look right now at Quibi. So we're just going to pop over to here. So we're going to take a look at a few articles, of course. I don't think I'm going to be able to read this one because this is a premium service by The Guardian. But basically just says here, why working from home was a death knell for Quibi. A lot of people probably argue with you that Quibi, and I'm probably going to sort my camera for a second because it's a little bit awkward. Nope. There we go. Behind the scenes. Isn't it fun? Ain't that fun? Hello, you can see my head better. Probably for some of you that's probably a case of, who cares, or, yeah. Anyways, it says right here that, you know, it suggested that this whole coronavirus thing was a death knell for Quibi. I am pretty sure there's quite a lot of other reasons why this is probably the case, and not just for that reason alone. But it says right here, the short-form streaming platform was aimed at commuters, just as commuting was disappearing from most of our lives. Another thing that I don't seem to want to mention right here is that the platform was designated to basically be marketed at quote-unquote millennials and Generation Zers, or Zers, or whatever you pronounce it. I prefer Z because I'm British, and I'm probably more in the Generation Z area because I was born in early 1998, so I'm probably more in the realm of Generation Z, other millennial. But for whatever reason, it seems as though millennial seems to fit any kind of mold. It can be anyone under 20, anyone under 30, anyone under 40. So take with that as you will. I will probably stipulate that I believe, based on the marketing, Quibi was more aimed at the stereotypical millennial and Generation Zer rather than the actual market itself that they were trying to aim for. Because the platform, if you don't already know this, I'm going to just summarise this right now. Quibi was basically just a streaming service. Not a game streaming service. A streaming service like Netflix, like Amazon Prime, like others that came before it, like NewTV, or for Britain it could be BritBox. That kind of realm. That is what Quibi was supposed to be. But the principle behind it was supposed to be unique in the gimmick that it was supposed to have 10 minutes worth of content instead of the 30 minutes to an hour's worth of content you normally see. So it's meant to be more like structured programming like you see on television, but scaled down to 10 minutes or less. That was the aim of it. And another gimmick was that you could have your phone. This is just a cheap Android phone, but it was initially only brought out for iOS, I believe. So the gimmick of the app was that you could watch the content in landscape and portrait, and the content would actually morph to whatever for the fact that you were watching at the time. Now, a lot of people criticise that this is probably just a stupid idea. As I say, it's basically just a gimmick, because a lot of people prefer, especially myself, I prefer to have it horizontal or in landscape mode. And in most cases, a lot of people have even talked about it as well, that if they're watching on YouTube, for instance, yeah, they like to watch the video. And in some cases, in my case, if I'm watching the YouTube app, the video's up here, and I might just be scrolling through like the comments. I like to read comments on videos. I don't know about you, shut up phone. I like to read comments on phones, on videos on YouTube kind of thing. So that's one thing I like to do. And I also like to scroll through other videos while the video's going on. So I can watch the video, I can even just listen to the background kind of thing. I like to look for fairly long videos that I can just listen to the background. It could be someone just talking about a topic I'm into, and people reviewing stuff. It could be a podcast of some kind. So me personally, I do not feed into that stereotype that the Quibi platform was aimed at, and I really do definitely think it was a case of a market that just wasn't there, but it was there stereotypically, and the market research just was not there, and the marketing for the app, I do believe, was horrendous. It's interesting because, as I say, they spent say about billions of dollars on marketing the app, and people said didn't even know what the app was. But that's probably my best summary of it. As I say, is sort of just an app that was designed to be a Netflix competitor that offered scaled content, which was 10 minutes or less, with a gimmick that allowed you to watch the content in portrait as well as the de facto landscape. Which of course a lot of people didn't seem to care about. And then it was all original content in most areas. It had mostly B-list celebrities. And of course, when you first open the app, it's a case of you get like 90 days free. I think this is when it started at least. And after that, you have to pay $4.99, is it dollars or pounds or whatever currency you're in, to continue watching after that period. But the company the startup that came up with Quibi already burned billions of dollars to get the app out there in the first place. And for bonus points, it's a subscription service, as I say, $4.99 in various different currencies with advertisements. It would just be better in the first place just to make it a YouTube kind of thing. Another principle of it was supposed to be for the commuter. And it was a bad idea for this thing to launch as the coronavirus pandemic was actually getting along the way, and then you had the lockdowns and everyone's being stuck at home. So it's kind of true in this case that, yeah, partly. There's a lot of reasons why I do believe, in my own case, I'm pretty sure if you're aware about the situation with Quibi, you'll probably have your own opinions down below, and I'd be quite interested to hear that. Another thing I'd also be interested to hear, one of the stereotypes it seems that I keep talking about when it comes to millennials and the aim behind Quibi, was that apparently Quibi, as marketed, seems to believe that people our generation have a low attention span. It seems as though people slightly older than me and slightly younger than me seem to don't have quite a long attention span, as if we're kids, which is kind of insulting. I will say so myself. So as I say, it just says, and it's just been a whole stuff about one item being a case of why Quibi's went under. This is the website. Quick bites, big stories. So as I say, 10 minutes or less, and it's more structured content like what you see on television, just scaled down into 10-minute bites. And apart, there was quite a lot of interesting shows. You had reality-esque shows, you had gaming-based shows, horror shows, comedy, drama. As I say, just scaled down into 10-minute bites. And you can see right here, watch movie quality shows designed for your phone, new episodes every day, sign up for Quibi now. 14 days free, then plans starting at $4.99, and that's in dollar form. And then this is basically the marketing gimmick behind it, so you can see the content in landscape mode, and you can flip the phone and you can see everything in that order. Everything is framed to fit your screen, and that's one of the few marketing gimmicks behind it. I'm going to show you an advert right now, marketing the app. It is horrendous, and this is one example of many in which the Quibi app was advertised. It is horrendous. So it asks, what is Quibi? You'll find out what Quibi is, and notice the like to dislike ratio. This video has been ratioed. And we'll take a look at some of the comments after this fact. But first, I'm going to show you the advertising campaign for this. This is one of many advertisements.
Is Quibi a noun or a verb?
Quibi is definitely a noun.
I honestly don't know what a noun or a verb is.
Yeah, off to a good start. Questionable use of words there to the marketers of this app.
What is Quibi? What kind of questions?
I'd probably say that statement is for the entire marketing campaign of this, not just for this advert.
What is Quibi? What kind of question is that?
I've got Quibi and I need to go to the hospital right now.
I think it stands for quiet bingo. That's like when you play bingo, but they don't tell you the letters or numbers, so you just mark it how you want.
I used to know a barber named Quibi. I used to know a
what does it
barber.
say? Bing, no. This is literally try-harding. As a friend of mine likes to use. You know who they are, but as I like to say, this is try-harding at trying to appeal to people of my generation, and it just comes off as literally just It's not right, that these advertising campaigns. The word was cringeworthy, and it's actually quite interesting because they actually used that in the campaign. It's cringeworthy. And a lot of people have commented on videos like this, basically saying, "Hey, Quibi or Jeffrey Katzenberg, you're using this term. I do not think you know what this means. Stop using it."
I used to know a barber named Quibi.
Quibi is my absolute favorite snack. I love to munch on a Quibi.
What is Quibi? Couldn't tell ya.
I'm fired. Okay. I'm fired. Okay.
But they don't know you, but you can. Quibi.com.
Wait, are people gonna be like, she's so dumb, she doesn't know what a noun or a verb is? I do know what it is now. Because Mike just told me.
You know your marketing campaign is really freaking bad when competing platforms and basically just in general, and people who review the platform are having to explain to audiences what your app is about, what your product is about. You have a very bad marketing team. And we'll take a look. This is the official Quibi YouTube channel. We're going to scroll down to the comment section. Got questions about Quibi? Get answers, get exclusives, get insider access now at Quibi.com. Quibi. I was on support message thing and some 30 minutes to find that I cannot cast to my TV. This app blows. That's a bunch of other problems we will get into in just a second. Bye bye Quibi. How does it feel to be a failed company? Oh. So yes, we've got the dislike ratio going on right here. We've got a whole lot of nasty comments going on. You know something is wrong in Schitt's Creek. This has got to be the greatest commercial of absolutely no information whatsoever. Fire the person in charge of your marketing campaign, and there's a whole load of this is senseless. This is your first interaction with a possible customer. I was open, but now I'm totally turned off by your product. Yeah, they say that there's only ever a first time to make a first impression. So you have to make sure that first time you actually get there and actually explain yourself. That link tells me nothing and actually makes me feel angry about this product. Failed marketing campaign, and I love Kiefer. Quibi is a mobile-first media platform founded by Jeffrey Katzenberg with Meg Whitman as CEO. Quibi brings together the best of Silicon Valley and Hollywood to bring the first entertainment platform built for easy, quick bite. That's actually the name scheme behind Quibi. It's basically a portmanteau of those two words, quick and bite. On-the-go mobile viewing, allowing today's leading studios and creative talent to tell original stories in an entirely new way. Quibi is going to fail with crappy videos like this. Nintendo Antarctica. Is that the official Nintendo? I don't think it is. No, it's not. Something's destined to fail. Yeah. It was told before when it came to YouTube being locked behind a paywall. There's a lot of people that don't pay for YouTube, but a lot of people that do just don't want to watch the adverts or are nice enough to not want to basically just want to support the platform. When you're already supporting Netflix, or in some cases not, in some cases with what's going on with other stuff going on in the world, is Quibi worth it? That is a question asked by many a person. Okay, Quibi. Was Quibi the good kind of start failure? And it's just, as I say, yeah. So basically, the principle of this video is to talk about the fact that it's going to be closing by the end of this year. It's only been around just under 6 months. This is how bad this is. And yes, as I say, Swell Entertainment has made at least 3 videos discussing it, and even she says Quibi is more known than it's worth. So I probably suggest you go and subscribe to our channel. She makes quite a lot of interesting content. I think you should really see about it. This is actually how I discovered Quibi. It was having a video suggested in my search feed. I would not have known, and I'm pretty surprised if any of you watching this knew what Quibi was. Because I discovered Quibi from this. That is bad, and especially as I've already mentioned multiple times before, billions were spent on the marketing campaign on this, and there was even people complaining that they couldn't go a long day without having to see an advert on YouTube, because it was, in one case it was badly advertised, and in another case it was heavily marketed to the extent that it was annoying for people to just watch it. And even the Wikipedia page says that it's going to be shutting down on October 21st, 2020, just 6 months after launch. The Wall Street Journal reported that the streaming service was shutting down later that same day. The news was confirmed by Katzenberg and Whitman, which told a Deadline, there was no question that keeping us going was going to have a different outcome. It's going to spend a whole lot more money without value to show for it. So out of respect for these people that put up extraordinary amounts of capital into it, that's irresponsible, and we feel like we shouldn't do it. And then you got $1 billion spent on content, commissioning original content, and I believe there's like at least one official show from another platform that got onto the platform that was marketed quite a bit. In July 2020, was nominated for 10 Emmy Awards across the categories outstanding. So yeah, that is basically just that. So that is Quibi, that is the website, that is the fact that it's shutting down. I want to read a comment from Swell Entertainment, in fact, on one of her videos. She's made 3 videos on the subject. One talking about how it's officially dying. Excuse me, my voice has squeaked. Our initial review on the app. So I'm just going to search for a Quibi, haha. So yeah, there's 3 videos here. So Quibi is drowning. That basically what happened after this. Once the app launched, it was open to everyone for about 90 days, I believe. Once it expired, 94% of the user base dropped off. And that wasn't bad before, it's getting very bad for this company. And of course it's just a case of, that's the video she talked about right there. So as I say, visit Swell Entertainment. I will leave links to our videos below because I think they're very interesting to watch, even though they may be updated in a few months. But as I say, that is Quibi. I am going to read a comment from one of our videos. It's on my screen right now. And this is one commenter who commented a very long wall of text, basically summing in 5 points what turned them off the app. So, what really turned me off the Quibi app was, number 1, their advertisements were horribly cringy because they tried looking hip by making their own slang term, which is like giving yourself a nickname. It's just embarrassing. I mean, one of the slang terms you saw in the advert I showed you earlier in this video, they literally just put on the screen, Bing no. So they were trying freaking too hard to get our audience, and it was just coming off as childish. Number 2, they over-advertised to the point it became annoying. I don't know how some companies still don't understand that over-advertisement is a thing. If your ads are so pervasive that people audibly voice their displeasure at seeing one with, I don't care, then you've done something wrong. And number 3, I still wasn't aware of what the hell, because there's a lot of swear words in this, Quibi was, even about until a video on YouTube explained it. That is bad. You've spent billions on the marketing, and it takes one person on YouTube to explain it right to get it, and they still get turned off. Number 4, none of the content they were advertising looked even remotely interesting. The only one I can even remember vividly is that Anna Kendrick sex doll show. Apparently what happened was there was this very weird show. One of the few shows that was getting advertised on the campaign, and people hate it for that reason. And that's that show, Anna Kendrick sex doll. And that's because it's so ridiculous, it's like a fever dream. And number 5, of course, their viewing model is effing awful. Short form content in short YouTube videos works because it's simple, digestible content, unlike this video of course, that really has any complexity or continuation. It's contained and doesn't require consistent viewing. Shows and movies do not lend themselves to 5 minutes time slots. Hell, even children's cartoons are at least 50 minutes a piece. That with some advertisements started in between, of course, but kind of true. It's like trying to make a TikTok that lasts 10 minutes. So there's a comment, there's a reply to this comment on the original comment itself. I've just got this screen capped. I'm not sure if I'll show it on screen or not, but a comment actually mentioned TikTok. They're quite heavy with their advertisements when it comes to advertising the TikTok platform. In most cases, it's slightly annoying, but even in my case, whenever I ever watched a TikTok advertisement, I've actually enjoyed the advertisement. I still don't run the app on my phone, but I find the clips quite interesting. I've never actually installed the app on my phone. I've never watched a TikTok on the app itself. I have watched compilation videos, and that's another thing that's mentioned here. Compilation videos as well when it comes to TikTok. Not too many people watch TikToks themselves. It seems to be all compilation stuff. So yeah, that's one of the few aspects of what people really feel about the Quibi platform, and I really want to hear what your personal opinion on the app is below in the comment section down below, because I want to read comments that you feel, how you feel about the platform basically, because in my own experience, having never really properly heard of the platform, and just like, I don't really like subscription platforms. I prefer either getting something for free. I've either watched stuff on YouTube, or I own DVDs. I have got a very big DVD collection. I am 22-year-old, but I still like DVDs. So this is what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about with Quibi and what they're trying to do with their marketing, or even what they were trying to market to. They're trying to market to an audience that a lot of did not exist. They're marketing to a stereotype of the market they were aiming for, not the official one. And basically, on the same aspect, telling the audience who they were trying to aim towards how to consume their content. When the app first launched, it launched on Android, on iOS even, and eventually on Android. It was supposed to be specifically for mobile. It wasn't until later on that you could actually cast your content. You couldn't cast content. You couldn't make GIFs. You can't even screen grab the content. What Quibi does is it's actually kind of similar to Snapchat. Or even different to that. On Snapchat, if you take a screenshot of something, the other person gets a notification saying that they've screen grabbed the content on your conversation. When it comes to Quibi, if you try to screen grab anything on the app, it blanks the image on your camera roll. So there's nothing there. So yeah, the very bad marketing scheme. The few people who on YouTube who tested it out, who discussed to their audience, and most of the cases it was a case of it's a bad app. They were trying to market to a young audience around my age or slightly older, who use a lot of internet-based stuff, whether it be mobile applications, the internet itself. And one thing you cannot do with Quibi is you cannot watch the content online. It's dedicated to the app. It's only just recently that they have actually introduced an app for Apple TV, for instance. Which is a little bit too late, because as I say, they're shutting down in a couple of months. But they've only just recently introduced stuff to make it more accessible. So that's basically what I'm talking about. They're trying to aim towards a demographic which didn't exist besides in their own heads. Basically, it's a case of 40-year-olds, granddads, basically telling millennials what they wanted to watch and how they wanted to watch it. And that is a no-go. Never tell your audience how they should consume their content, because that you're going to get a major FU. And I can predict right now, in a few years' time, Katzenberg's probably going to talk about the app and blame the market he was trying to aim at. It was their fault that the app failed. It wasn't him. It wasn't the company itself. It wasn't the marketing scheme or nothing. I can predict right now it was our fault because we didn't pay for it. Because I have seen this kind of stuff before, and it's disgusting. But yeah, that is basically that for Quibi. It is shutting down in a month. It's estimated to be around the 1st of November, or December even. I'm not too sure what's going to happen to the content on there. I really think, because Quibi by itself, you don't really, as I said, if you think about Quibi in your head, quick bites, Quibi. It's a name that could probably lend itself well to being a YouTube channel with original content on it. That would have worked in the first place. And eventually later on, maybe bringing the app out. But to have it dedicated to one mode of usability, having an app on a mobile device, and then waiting until later on to introduce to other platforms, because that's really what was aimed at mostly. On the go. On your phone and all sorts. Yeah, and the gimmick of let's watch a movie in this way. Can you ever imagine watching a film like this? Can you? I really can't see it. I really cannot see myself That being said, actually, do you like watching long form content? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm curious. Because apparently we have a very short attention spans. It could just be the case that, for instance, my video could be crap. But me myself, I have watched 30-minute videos, 1 hour podcasts on YouTube. So it's not even for me. And in the exact same sense, if you're aiming for that demographic, you probably should not be putting making the app premium. You should not be putting a paywall on the app. If you're going to make it accessible to your demographic, most of the time they probably don't even want to pay for a subscription service. They'll probably just watch YouTube all the time. They'll binge watch YouTube until they're dead in the face. Or they'll watch TV. Because they'll say that millennials don't watch TV. I watch TV. I've got a TV sitting right over in that corner right there. You see that little black thing? That's a TV. I watch that. But of course, I'm not the majority of demographic. And I'm not trying to be condescending when I say that. It's just a case of, you know, the market you're aiming at, maybe actually do proper market research before you actually do something. That is what I'm trying to get at. Before you decide to launch an application which is more of a trend than anything. And you know what they say about trends? They don't come back for, they don't make a swing for another 20, 50 years. And that's basically what Quibi was. It was in some cases a trend and just a stupid failure. Billions in financial when it comes to being a failure. But yeah, I could ramble about Quibi forever. I didn't even use it. As I say, I was actually among the base who found out through YouTube itself, Swell Entertainment. As you can see on your screen right here, which I didn't even realise she was just sitting there. Our channel was just sitting there on my screen for a period of time, just been rabbering into a camera for that whole time. But yeah, that's even TechCrunch is talking about it. If you search up Quibi, yeah, that's one way to look at it, but that wasn't the main reason why it was killed off. It was a niche market, and you're closing the gap too much. Catch the final part of our stories and episode of Last Looks now streaming. The fall of Quibi. How did a starry Netflix rival? Is anyone watching Quibi? Vulture. 94% of the user base stopped watching when the free access period ended. Probably not a good idea to have it behind a paywall and also still force them to watch advertisements. Anyway, that's enough yabbering for one day. I think I'm pretty sure you're probably getting bored of me yabbering on about this, but I think it's quite an interesting subject to talk about, which is why I've been talking about it for about 33 freaking minutes. But it's a case of oof. But as I say, let me know, comment down below, because I really want to know this. Whether you're a young person, you could be, I don't know, 15 or even just slightly younger than that. Make sure your parents have got permission to use your phone or whatever you're using. Because I'm curious about this. Whether you're young or slightly older than I am, do you like watching long form content? And why? Let me know in the comments down below, because I really want to read reasons why, because I want to get different opinions, that kind of thing. And what do you think of Quibi? Did you use it when it first launched? Are you still using it? I'm probably certain that at least no one commenting on this video is probably going to say yes, but let me know, because I am legit curious. Have you used it? Do you continue to use it? Do you watch or prefer to watch long form content, or do you prefer to watch short bite content? Do you have a short attention span? I don't know. That being said, I am Ricky. Thanks for watching Aontri NewsStand. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and support the channel that way. And as I say, I hope you found this interesting. I like to ramble a bit. If you care about that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button, join the channel, and have some kind of fun. I don't know. Talk to you next time. We have a very good day and take care. Bye bye.